Welcome to the Half in the Bag Disc Golf Podcast, streaming to you as part of the Joe's Disc Golf Podcast Network. And here are your hosts, Ben, Joe, and RJ.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the Half in the Bag Disc Golf Podcast. My name is RJ. I'm in Northeast Indiana, and today I am drinking some Bud Light because at dinner I had some Bud Heavy. So, seems appropriate. And joining me today from the awesome land of Chicago
The Bears.
is...
I'm Ian. I am being really cool and drinking that straight water because it's been a day of being outside, so just trying to be not dehydrated.
I gotta ask, is it water straight? Is it water on the rocks?
Is it Keystone Light?
At this point, the rocks have melted, so it is now just straight water that was on the rocks. So yeah, Keystone Light with a little splash of Natty Light just to really liven things up.
Oh man, you're just missing some Milwaukee's best.
Don't forget about some Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Hey,
Oof.
you leave Pabst
or
out of this.
Or even better, some good old hams.
Oh,
Well,
I feel like I'm gonna
rounding
poop my
out-
pants just talking about it.
Well, rounding out our crew and apparently about to need a wardrobe change. Yes,
Depends.
maybe a diaper. Depends on what, Joe? You?
Oh, well, I'm just drinking straight up vodka, a whole big glass of vodka. No, it's water. I've got a blood test in the morning, just to get a discount on my insurance. Otherwise, I'd say meh. So, it's water tonight while I'm doing my 12-hour fast. Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it's going to go by very fast.
I'll be sleeping through most of it at least. And
So-
my appointment is at like 6:45 in the morning.
It'll depend on how long this episode takes and whether you sleep through most of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Can't
So my
wait.
question is, do we need to call Ben and make sure he's drinking for all of us since we're supposed to
A
be
bunch of
half in the
pansies?
bag?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's no need to call for that, but
RJ, you're drinking
know.
for 3, potentially 4.
actually 4. Oh, for Ben. Ugh.
I was talking
thought-
about your wife, but hey.
No, she did not have a drink at dinner, but
Oh.
no, that was more just because we went to Wings, etc., and their selection of cocktails is non-existent.
And you needed a DD.
Yes, because I was drinking Bud Heavies.
I was gonna say he's getting
Pounded 'em.
heavy.
Pounded
Yeah,
'em.
yeah.
Yeah, don't
my
get me an
big-
Irish car bomb. Look out.
An
Yeah.
atomic
Yeah.
Irish
Don't-
carbon.
Haven't had one of those.
Oh, they're
Whatever
delicious.
you do, do not ask for an Irish car bomb in Ireland.
Well, no. Yeah, that's a bad choice.
Yes, yes it
Probably,
is.
yeah.
I did not learn this from experience. I learned this because other people are stupid.
I know who was on that trip with you. I think if you're talking about when you're at college,
Yes.
I have a couple guesses.
I don't know that anyone actually did it on that trip,
Yeah.
because we were specifically warned, do not do that because you will be looked at like you are an idiot,
What else is
and
new?
not be served something. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
the
go
atomic
ahead.
part is you just chase it with a little Jameson. So you get your car bomb, you slam that, and then you slam Jameson.
Another
and
more whiskey.
why not?
Why not? Yeah,
Oh,
no, I'm not
wait.
saying. Oh, I like for whatever reason, Irish car bombs. I never lose in a race. When you chug them,
We have not raced, you and I.
No, we have not.
Because I am the reigning champ in, well, before the accident. It's been a while.
So at Kelly's bachelorette party, there were many people. This was at Quigley's too.
Yeah.
There were
good choices.
4 or 5 rounds of Irish car bomb. And yeah, first I beat her, and then I beat a bunch of other people. Because, like, there's no way. I was like, yeah.
Why are you beating the bride-to-be?
Because if you knew her, you'd understand that she'd hate me more if I let her win. Ian knows her.
Yep.
Oh, I assume that this is the Kelly that you're really, really good friends with. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Short Kelly.
Yes.
She's awesome.
She's typecast.
No, I'm thinking of I was going to ask if she was the one that asked Ben something the first time they met, but no, I think that was Kayla's mom. Or something along that.
Kayla's mom asked me if I was gay.
That's what it was. That was the story. I was thinking that...
I missed the story.
So...
what?
You know the Harry Potter every flavored jelly beans, the Bean Boozled?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
No.
they were all playing that. They got some knockoff version at Five Below.
Okay.
And so there were some really nasty flavors, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And it came down to the end where it was just me and her, like Kayla's mom. And we just kept going back, and like I'm choking down rotten fish and whatever other nasty ass flavors. And at one point she goes, "Are you gay? Because you just keep swallowing." I'm just like, I almost lost at that point because I was not expecting. I have known this woman for 15, 20 minutes at that point. It's not
I've never actually heard this full story.
Oh,
that just makes it so much better.
And this was
amazing.
at their graduation. This is where Kayla got so drunk she was sitting on the ground with a glass of wine, and Jordy, puppy Jordy, like 6-month-old Jordy, started drinking out of the glass.
I do remember hearing that.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, it was entertaining. It was a great day.
Oh man.
Kayla does not get drunk just because she doesn't drink that much, and
that's because Ben drinks for 3.
At least. Yeah.
Yeah, he always put me to shame. The few times that we like, I A, heard stories, or B, was with you guys. I was like, nope, not keeping up.
Oh man.
When he made you a drink, like Captain and Coke, it was
he made it Captain.
a splash of Coke
and Coke.
Yes. It was a pint. It was a pint of Captain with a little bit of ice and a little bit of Coke. It really was.
Yeah. You probably got more ice than Coke, honestly.
Yeah, generally. He would put a bunch of ice in there.
Yeah. So, moving on from our, I don't know, are they glory stories, horror stories, drinking
All the
stories?
above?
Yeah, I think that's a good.
Just keeping us, with the title.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
true. Well, I think that something that we should touch on is our sponsor for this week. Which, Joe, I think that you're an expert on this sponsor.
Oh no.
So, can you tell us just a little bit more about your awesome website, Joe's Disc Golf?
Well, it's back up.
That's
where we're at right
that.
now. Trying to get back into the swing of things there, but before I had hosting issues, I was keeping up with it, and it was a great source for news and opinion. Starting to get some reviews, starting to get everything going there, and it just kind of went to hell when I couldn't do anything for over a week. But now it's back up, and you could go to joesdiscgolf.com and catch up on all your news. Or planning to launch a second website because I'm a glutton for punishment. Hopefully the beginning of July, fingers crossed. discgolfhealthy.com, where you can get all of your disc golf healthy stuff, like shoulder exercises and core exercises, ankle exercises, all the fun stuff to make you a better, healthier disc golfer so you can outlast the competition, and it's all free. It's going to be a value-based model where you're encouraged to donate, but you don't have to, and it will always be free, and there are no ads. So there's that, which is cool. Lots of fun stuff. You could also follow Joe's Disc Golf on Instagram and Twitter at Joe's Disc Golf. And that's about that. But yeah, lots of news, opinion, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And something
Guest
I will say,
sometimes with RJ.
yes, I've written a couple articles. It is
And
questionable
maybe
on
Ian.
whether they are good or not. Me no write English good.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
Yes. But you can also follow more Joe's Disc Golf content on YouTube/Joe's Disc Golf. And I know, Joe, you and I have talked about starting a couple of different projects over the summer.
Yeah.
We will
In our free time.
see. Yes, we will see if/when that happens. I am still very much in the high school sports cycle right now.
I am not.
Yes, your softball team lost to the softball team that my softball team beat, so that my softball team can go to state.
Yep.
Good times.
So
Good times.
hopefully things will be done for you soon. Got some stuff coming up, hopefully.
Yep.
I've got more rehab workout-ish videos coming up for the YouTube channel Disc Golf Healthy. So you can search that, add that. Once I get 100 subscribers on YouTube, all of you should go do that. Then I can get the custom URL option. But YouTube won't let me pick a custom URL until I get at least 100 subscribers. And I have 3. So search Disc Golf Healthy. There is no logo. That's a work in progress. Being
As
artsy
is the half in the
fartsy.
bag
Yeah.
disc golf logo.
At least we got a Creative Commons drunk owl.
Yes. Oh man.
Oh yes.
Don't
In my
forget
free
about
time.
those power rankings on the website
Oh, yes.
as well.
Yes.
The power rankings that need to be updated, which at this point Portland Open is almost over, so they'll be
Is
updated
it not
after
over
that.
already?
It's in Portland. I think
I know.
actually I just got a notification. Simon Lazat just won.
Hey, you heard it here first. And by first, I mean this episode comes out on Tuesday, so you have now heard it here 2 days after the fact.
We're reacting live.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. And I'm going to be up in the Pacific Northwest here in the
Yeah,
not
they got
too
Beaver
terribly
State
distant
playing
future.
next.
Ah, is that next weekend?
Yes.
Ah,
It's a silver series.
I just looked at my wife, who looked at me like, no, we cannot go to a disc golf tournament, and while we're in the Pacific Northwest. So
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
But
gonna
exactly.
go with I'm
right
not gonna be going to that
there.
one. Well,
You still
no,
have-
we're going.
I sent you all those links to all those tournaments happening in Alaska over the next week, and you're like, no, I have to spend time with my wife. No, that's an 8-hour drive. No, I'm not even going to be in the state on that day.
No. It was like a 16-hour drive, because you don't realize how big Alaska is until you're trying to go from one spot in Alaska to another spot in Alaska.
Hey, I was there in
which looks like
2019.
it's
I get it.
Yeah. No, it was.
I've watched the motorcycle journey of oh goodness,
It's crazy.
famous British actor people. God, now I'm embarrassed. I have
Daniel
to go
Craig.
do some research.
Tom Hiddleston.
No,
Tom
not
Holland.
Patrick Stewart. Oh God, now
Ian
hold
McKellen.
on. That might be right. Hold on, now I gotta
Uh,
like.
Um,
They did a
Neil
worldwide.
Peart.
worldwide motorcycle tour.
I know Neil
see.
Peart went all the way around Australia on a motorcycle before he passed away.
Gordon Ramsay?
No.
The guys from
man.
Top Gear. Sorry,
No,
the Grand
it
Tour.
was not them.
The Grand Tour.
Let's see.
Graham Norton.
Hold on.
Graham
Ian
Allen?
McGregor and Charlie Borman. There we go.
Ewan
Okay.
McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
Obi-Wan
McGregor.
Kenobi?
Yep.
Old Obi-Wan Kenobi. I wonder
It's,
if he means
they-
Obi-Wan.
They recorded it as a documentary called Long Way Around. There we go.
Cool.
Oh, fun fact about Ewan McGregor, by the way. So apparently his brother was in the
UFC. Is his brother Irish?
No, his brother was in the British Air Force,
Damn.
and his call sign was Obi-2.
Nice.
I mean,
That's
funny.
he had to know that was coming.
Yeah,
Those guys
yeah,
in flight school were probably like, guess what, buddy? We know who your brother is.
yeah. Which I have not seen the new Disney Plus show, so we're gonna not
In my
talk about
opinion,
that.
You're not missing much.
But I've
I
actually
haven't seen
heard
it yet.
I've heard mixed reviews on it. I've heard it's not as good as Mandalorian or
No.
whatever the other one is.
Okay, so
Maybe it's you that's told me this.
how do I put this? Leia runs like Jason Voorhees at about that same speed and somehow outruns bounty hunters, full-grown adults. And I was like, I can only suspend my disbelief so far.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
And it's just got other dialogue. Half of it feels like it was just like, oh yeah, we need to film this. There's some forest back here. Oh, there's some sand pits over there. We can film over there too. It just feels
okay.
low production value while still having like spent a shitload of money.
Yeah. All right. I got one more Star Wars question before we move on to our week in review.
Uh-oh.
Is Endor the name of the moon or the planet?
Yeah.
It's
I was always under the impression it was the name of the
No.
planet, but I don't
Yeah.
think it is.
It's
I thought they were on the moon of Endor.
yeah. I thought
Yeah,
it was
so
the
they're on
moon
the forest
of
moon of
Endor.
Endor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was always under the impression that Endor was the planet and the forest moon was the forest moon. I don't know that that's correct, though.
No, it was Endor and outdoor.
So speaking of outdoor,
We lost
let's
Ian
talk
for a
about some
minute.
disc golf.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh, it's so good. Oh,
We lost Ian
Oh,
for a
man.
moment there. He just was not ready for that one.
I
So
was
speaking
not.
of outdoors, let's talk about some disc golf that we played this week, and not get too deep into the Star Wars conversation where we lose all of our audience. Oh man! So I played 2 rounds this week. Neither of them were particularly good. I'll be honest.
Better or worse than that joke?
Joe, that joke was golden, and I refuse to accept any other take. That is the hot take I will die on today. We talked about we're going
That
to
is
do
the
our
hill.
hot takes. Yes. That joke was golden, and I will not
Oh.
accept any other takes. Yes. But yeah, so I played 2 rounds this week. Neither of them were particularly good scoring-wise. The
Okay.
first one, just struggled to find my release point. Wasn't... Yeah, it just, couldn't scramble my way out of it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
The one today, I played a super long course. I think I told you guys I took 5 double bogeys. Nothing is
Was
more
that
than a
that
par
Commons
4.
Park?
Yes, it is the Commons Park.
I'm playing a tournament there, and I've never played that course yet.
I enjoyed the course. It's long and there's a lot of elevation change. When I went to make a scorecard today, I saw there was an option to make everything a par 3, and I'm just like, no, there are 500 and, 4 of the 5 double bogeys I took today were par 4s that were 500 plus feet long.
Damn.
With elevation changes.
So
Most of them upwards.
more than...
So playing longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yikes.
I saw the scorecard that you could have made everything a par 3, and I'm just like, no, that's...
What sadistic person decided that?
Yeah, I'm like...
Even I'm sitting here like, hell with that, no.
Yeah, 550 is... And it's not 550 wide open.
No.
Let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Oh, gosh. The first 500 footer is... There's probably a 30-foot uphill, like right where your first tee... Right around 2 to 250 out. So you got to go about 2 to 250 out, then go up over the hill,
Awesome.
and then probably still go another 150, 200 feet.
Awesome.
Yeah. The second one, there's a bunch of... Like, it's fairly open until you get to within about 150 to 200 feet out, in which case there's just a bunch of trees, low ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really go over them.
Roller.
Yeah, if I could throw a roller.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. One of them is only 510, not 550.
Jeez.
There is another 575. That one's... You go on top of the hill, but again, as you get closer to the basket, you start having to deal with some trees. There is a little bit of a gap that you have to hit, and there's a 510 that's... You've got some trees, you've got some woods, you've got some really nasty brush off to one side.
So I really should probably get around in before this tournament.
Yeah, and then the last one is
Sounds
just...
like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got some nasty distance, and it's got... to give you an idea, there is one 202-footer.
Mm-hmm.
When you shoot that one, you are shooting off the top of a hill.
Okay.
But it is surrounded on 2 sides by water within
Sounds
probably
like a great
20
shot
feet.
for the berg.
Yes. I actually used my zone.
Boop.
Yeah, I actually used my zone today. I came up a little bit short, but my wife had a really really nice shot. I thought for a second she was going to ace one.
Nice.
I was super excited for her. But other than, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 holes listed at 250 or less, but I would say most of those play a little bit longer than that, or have some elevation change where it's not just a straight out shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was fun. I went out and played with my wife and my brother-in-law, and we had a good time. Scored was not very good, but it's a fun park, just very long, which does not suit my game at all.
Yeah.
But
well,
Joe, did you get out? I know that you definitely got out and played one round.
Yes, you would like Lucerne Park in Warsaw, Indiana. It is a relatively short 9-hole course. I played the blue tees, which are the long tees. And
Fancy man.
yeah, I know. It was a par 30. So there are a couple par 4s, which I know I could have eagled all of them had I had a mid-range. But I had a putter. One of them was like 360 feet, slightly downhill, a lot of trees, threw a nice little turnover with my judge, because I played putter only, and I got it to about 300 feet and missed the eagle putt.
Oh.
Because it was like a 60-foot. I mean.
Yeah.
I played 2 laps first round, I shot 1 under because I went OB 4 times.
Jeez.
Nice.
So one of the holes, the OB road is about 10 feet behind the basket, maybe 15.
Okay.
Oh.
And I landed just short of the basket, and that's where the ground is all packed down. There's no grass, and I just kind of skipped and slid. And then 2 of the other holes, I couldn't tell what the wind was doing, and I threw what I thought was a great shot, and it just kept on going right, further and further over, and just never came back because it's a judge, and it doesn't. Like, it has a little fight, but not that kind. Round 2, I kept it in bounds, and I shot 9 down with 2
Nice.
eagles.
Nice.
And then today I played Sunday Night League and played with 2 guys who are really nice guys and are getting better at the sport. I will put it that way.
Oh, so me.
Me.
No.
No,
No.
he said nice guys.
Oh.
Yes. The one guy I was rated 80 points higher than.
Okay.
The other guy was like 150 points lower than me. It was I did not play my best golf for sure. But so we started on hole 17. New hole 17 at PFW from the black. Straight shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
the new hole's in.
Yes. No, it to the A position, but the black tee is now kind of a straight shot.
Yeah. Like, I
Yeah.
meant the new pad is in.
Yes. They just
Okay.
literally forklifted the gold pad and moved it over
Nice.
I
because the
didn't know
gold
that was
tee
an
isn't
option.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was an option.
Neither did I. The one guy got a birdie. I was just in the rough. I didn't push my justice over far enough. It's like 300 feet. I think I lasered it to like 300 or 310 downhill. So I was
Right,
able to get my
right.
justice there, but it went too far to the right. Didn't have a great look. Missed it. We're coming up to 18, which is 360, right, RJ? Give or take.
Yeah. It's a
360.
fairly long hole uphill
Uphill.
the whole way.
Uphill the whole way. Plays probably like 390, I would say.
I would say at least 400 probably.
They're like, oh yeah, I wish we could have got a couple more holes to warm up before this, and they go and throw it, and it probably goes 250, 300-ish. Not a bad drive. And they're like, yeah, I don't know, I can't get my backhand there, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, it's fine. And I crush it. I'm like 20 feet short of the pin on the right.
Nice.
Probably the best drive I've ever had on that hole.
Yeah.
And I still got a par.
Oh.
Oh,
Joe.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
Joseph.
Story, I can sum up my round. Normally, I either am really good at putting or really good at driving. This depended on the hole. I had some absolute monster 40-foot putts for par save. And I had some fantastic drives that put me edge of the circle for par. Because I couldn't putt.
Yeah.
Like, I ended up 4 down at PFW Blacks, which wasn't bad. But it was just one of those where I left so many strokes out there.
Yeah.
I was, for hole 3, from the black to the A pin,
Okay.
I was pin high, 20 feet to the right. And I missed.
Off in the woods?
Yeah.
Oof.
But I had a clear look, and I missed.
E.
Yeah. So,
Not great. Not great.
no. It was just
Oh, man.
there are times where I stepped up and I did not feel confident. And then other times where I'm like, yeah, I feel great. Ching, done.
Yeah, but you at least recognize where you're like, oh yeah, I should have had this.
Yeah.
So, you're not like someone new to the sport who's just kind of like, I don't know. I just sucked today.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know. It feels worse to go like, I know what I should have done. I just didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
We all have
Sometimes
an off
ignorance
day.
is bliss.
I mean,
Not
I'll
all
be
the time.
honest. When I was struggling on earlier in the week with my release point, and I'm just like, the first couple holes, I was feeling okay. Then as I started to get further, and I'm like, oh, this is not good. And
Yep.
the course that I was playing, the front nine, you can scramble. You can scramble if you're not feeling it.
Yeah.
The back nine gets a
Not so
lot
much.
harder to do that on. Yeah, and it was just, by the time I got to the back nine, I was just like, oh boy, we're going for an adventure here.
2 holes that kind of were my interesting birdies. So I ended up with 5 birdies and 1 bogey. I really wanted to get off the par train, and I said that right before I stepped up to the tee, and I bogeyed that hole, so that helped. I got off the par train.
Me, I would like to get on the par train.
But hole 6, it's 220
Okay.
up the gut,
Okay.
right?
Not
Or is
even.
it 200?
Yeah, maybe.
Short,
it might be
straight.
220.
I
Yeah.
wanted to take that forehand route that you told me about. Missed that line entirely with my zone. Like, missed it so bad, I kind of turned over my zone because of a bad early release. Went up the gut. I was 10 feet from the basket with a zone.
Ah,
Wow.
that's on a forehand?
Forehand,
Okay.
yeah. Because I wanted to go out and around. They're like, wow, that was a good shot. I was like, I don't know what I did. I don't know.
Ah.
They're like, what was that? That was a zone. How did you do that with the zone? I don't know. I really don't. And then hole 13, it's like, what, 250 downhill? 220 downhill? Right after the short 175, hole 12.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that
Yeah.
13.
So-
A or
two-
B position.
A position.
Yeah, it's a little bit downhill, not drastically, but
Enough where it's not as hard to blow past the hole as you'd think. Like,
yeah. It is for me.
looking at distance and the drive and the disc you would select, you're like, oh yeah, I'll take this, and then you end up going 20, 30 long. So I took out the Berg, trying to go up the gut, just straight up the gut. I missed the line, go inside, and you know that clump of trees on the left
Yeah.
where there's like 6 trees and there's like 3 gaps, maybe 2 gaps that are
The
just bigger than the disc. The gap is just bigger than the disc.
Yeah, it's the clump that if I go left, I normally hit, or I'll
Yeah.
end up close to being OB right.
I lace it through one of those gaps and slide up next to the pin. They're like, that was a ballsy move. I was like, I missed my line so bad. So bad.
Rather be lucky than good.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
then I
think-
shank it. Like, I was either grip locking. I was grip locking everything. Backhand, forehand, doesn't matter. It was bad. Nothing went where I wanted. I shanked the next hole 14, 300 feet dead straight. Oh, I grip locked that like crazy with my Vandal. And they're like, oh, that'll come back. I was like, no, it won't.
Nope.
Not that
So-
disc.
So, funny story about a Vandals. So I was throwing that today, and I think I sent you this picture on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Because it's right up a hill. You tee off
Yep.
straight uphill.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take my Vandal. I'm gonna throw it. There's like this orange stake at the very top.
Yeah, it looked like one of those driveway snowplow stakes.
It was a little bit hardier than that, but same idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to throw this at that. I'm going to give it a little bit of hyzer so that it flips up, and then, just let it land on top of the hill. No problem. I was aiming dead at the stake because it was right in the middle of the gap. It wasn't going to put me too far to the right if it, once it hyzered. and I smoke that thing, and I end up like 5 feet past it, and I'm just like, I hit what I was aiming for. That's not supposed to happen.
I should be mad.
But then I took out my baby Vandal, which is a Maverick, and absolutely threw probably my best shot of the day on I got a nice little hyzer out of it with a backhand, and I actually thought I threw it too long. Thought I threw it too long. Turns out it was right at the base of the tree that was right next to the right next to the basket. So that was a pretty easy little tap-in birdie.
Nice.
Yeah. Which, because that was technically a par 4 because it was like a 400-foot with an uphill, then a slight downhill, and then the gap around the basket is literally maybe 8-9 feet.
Okay, so pretty tight.
It's if you don't get right at the basket on your upshot, you're in trouble. Yes. Yes. So, Ian, we've been talking a lot about our disc golf. Were you able to get out this week? I know in the pre-show you said that you had a really crazy week.
Unfortunately not. The most I've gotten to do is some disc golf valley whilst enjoying some alone time in the restroom. Free of co-workers or bosses.
And children. No, wait. He's old enough. That doesn't mean anything anymore.
There's no privacy at home. We're trying to get him to, want to use the bathroom and get potty trained. So, it's like, okay, bud.
Pooping with the door open.
That's going to go to the bathroom. He's like, okay, I have to go too. So, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Yeah. There's no alone time. No time for Disc Golf Valley.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, man.
The joys of toddlerdom. But no, I was hoping to get out this week, or this last week. But this week, I'm really hoping I can get out because my buddy Tim, who I believe Joe knows.
The Irishman. No, wait, that's me.
The other Irishman.
I forget what man calls me. It's the Irishman.
Yeah.
Or hey, you with the face.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how buddy's feeling that day.
Tim.
Yep.
The enchanter.
Yes.
Brain fart. Anyway, so he's in town because his brother just got married this weekend. Oh, cool. So he was going to stay for a little bit longer. I'm hoping that we can get out and play a round or two or disc golf because it's been a long time since I've hucked some plastic down a fairway with him.
Mm-hmm.
Probably go to Catherine Legg, get the little 18 in.
It has been a long time since I have hucked some plastic down a fairway too. And I just played today.
Yep.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that's it. That's me. Real simple.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, let's, I think it was a couple weeks now that we went ahead and asked for some disc golf hot takes. Not to be confused with hot cakes.
Yes.
Right?
Hot cakes.
Yes, hot cakes.
Steamed yams. Hams.
Oh, man. Have you guys seen the new Aladdin?
No. I
really don't want to.
Oh, it's good. It's real good.
Is it?
Yes.
I have low expectations for their live action stuff.
Watch it. It's worth it. It's if you've got Disney Plus, it's worth the couple hours of your time.
It cracked me up that they called The Lion King live action when it was just all CG. I'm like, we're kind of stretching. Like, it looked really good. I'm not saying the visuals were bad, but live action's kind of a stretch.
Yeah.
usually you assume live action means, a
Like
squishy person or
like what they
animal.
did with Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast or Mulan. Real people. I don't know how they'd get the lions to talk, but it's Disney. They got infinite money, basically.
You see, you put the peanut butter in their mouth, and then you squeeze their
Whoa,
behind.
Mr. Red.
Yep. Thank you for that reference.
Like we're all on the same page.
I really want to see someone try and use a lion as a ventriloquism dummy now.
Oh, well,
That
you heard about the Florida man who was diving for discs, right?
no, yes, I did.
He did not come back. The alligators got him.
I mean,
Yes,
go figure. It is Florida.
It's
Yeah.
a Florida man story. Like,
yes.
Well,
I was
assuming
laughing,
you were going to
like,
tell me
I'm
he was
sad.
like squeezing an alligator and it was just like barfing up
Nope.
discs. He's just like,
I like that version more, and I have to imagine that's what he was doing.
So, the funny thing was, and it's sad that this guy died. The funniest
Yes.
part of this was, I had just finished watching Happy Gilmore when this happened, and all I could think about is Adam Sandler giving the people's elbow to that fake alligator.
Oh my gosh.
Because me and one of the assistant coaches, him and I are on the same page. We talk about Major League, we talk about Adam Sandler and all of those movies, and
Bull Durham?
Bull Durham, yep.
I
Yeah,
need
you
to
can't
watch
throw me
that at some
anything.
point.
My girlfriend put a hex on my glove. I need to slaughter a live chicken. You've seen
Oh,
that movie,
man.
right, Ian?
yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time.
It's a simple game. You catch
It's
the
a simple
ball,
game.
you throw the ball, you hit the ball.
Oh man, the Bob Barker scene.
Oh,
So good.
the price is wrong, bitch.
Oh man. Oh man.
The best part was, like, Bob Barker used to train in martial arts with Chuck Norris.
With Ewan McGregor's brother?
Yeah. Connor.
It's OB3.
OB3.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, man.
And we are derailed again.
So anyway, so we talked a couple weeks ago about doing some hot takes. So we actually wanted to go through some of our disc golf related hot takes. I think we've all come up with a couple,
Yeah, we'll see.
and well, at least a couple of us have come up with a couple.
Probably.
And yeah, so Ian, as the newest of the hosts, do you want to get us started?
Ooh.
Sure. I guess I'll kick this party off.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I guess my hot take here is going to be, sorry, just looking at my notes. So in terms of the price and time it takes to actually be able to watch any of these events live, it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, yes, Jomez and the others have their coverage that you can find on YouTube, but at the same time, if you have paid to be able to watch through Disc Golf Network, anything like that, you should have the ability to play everything at your leisure without a lot of the associated like extra costs, or it's not going to be here, or it's only available for like a really small window of time because you've already paid for that content. So why the hell can't I just have that content for what would be a more reasonable amount of time? Where you're like, hey, you've got like a week or two before it's like, okay, you're accessing the archives, because yes, storage does cost money. You can't just infinitely store 4
But it's
hour
the
pluses worth of
cloud.
content.
It's the
But-
cloud, Charlie.
It's the cloud.
The
But
cloud
yeah,
is
it's
free.
Rainbow Mountain, Charlie.
It's just one of those things where it's like, throw it up on YouTube. Yes, you're gonna lose a little bit of cash, but like, damn,
Monetize it.
don't don't just be like, okay, you can watch it now or not. Then you can watch, wait for Joe Mez and those guys, where it's like,
Yep.
yeah, but I've already paid for this. Let me be able to view it when I can, because, damn it, why not?
No,
That's a lot of the shit going on, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's a perfectly reasonable take.
I think you can for some of the stuff. I recently canceled mine, so, and then...
And if you want to hear more about that, listen to the Joe's Disc Golf podcast.
From 2 weeks ago?
That sounds right. That sounds right.
I don't know. Part of the title was like DGN pause or something like that, so you'll find it.
Yeah.
Go through the extensive back catalog of Joe's Disc Golf podcast.
Which is apparently more extensive than what DGN has.
Heyo.
Ooh.
I haven't really looked through their back catalog, so I could not tell you. I do know you get final round coverage free on YouTube.
Okay. I mean, that's fine, but it's just one of those, like, if you're wanting to, like, promote the sport, like, don't just lock it down for final round. Be like, hey, did you already pay for this? Okay, you can get access to it for a week or two. So that way you can, like, watch it instead of being like, yeah, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to devote, like, 4 hours
You don't
to
have
watching this.
4 hours to watch the FPO stream, and then an hour later watch the MPO stream live as it happens, sometimes starting on Thursday? What is
Not so
wrong
much.
with you?
Are you really telling me that you don't have, 30-some hours over a weekend to watch disc golf?
I do not. And you know what?
Slacker.
I'm going to be honest. I am... This is... The reason it's a hot take is because I'll never actually watch anything live anyway.
Yeah.
Because I just...
I don't have time.
It's...
Or interest.
All sporting events, no offense to professional athletes, if it's on TV, I really just don't care. Because I'm usually there to visit with other people, and it's more of a social engagement where the game happens to be on in the background. I don't really care what's happening. If I'm going to the sporting event, however, hell yeah, I'm there. It's gonna be great, and I'm gonna be super into it. But yeah, on TV, I'm just like, that's nice. They caught a ball. Good job.
I think it was maybe 10 years ago or so, maybe a little bit longer. I was in town for Father's Day, and the best nap we all took, we had over Father's Day weekend, it's whatever the PGA golf, regular golf major, that was on probably CBS. My uncle was in one chair. My dad and grandpa were on the sofa, and I was on the love seat. Within 20 minutes, we were all asleep.
I'll tell you right now, one of the saddest things about being older and not going to my family's house for Thanksgiving is that they're on Central Time, which means that we eat Thanksgiving lunch. The Cowboys game comes on, middle of the second quarter. I'm out. I'm out like a light. It's middle of the second quarter. Wake up around the start of the third quarter, and I'm just like, great. I'm ready for let's get going here.
He rallied. He took his party nap.
Yeah.
Did you take your shoes off though? That's the bigger question.
Always.
Okay. Because if you didn't, then we have permission to draw all over your face.
Yes. East Coast time, the timing just doesn't quite work out. It ends up being right around dinner time. It's like, this
Central time is the best time zone ever. Period.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my like lukewarm, not quite super hot, but like hot take. That's my stance.
That's your warm-up hot take right there.
It's the warm-up.
All right. I've got one along those lines.
Okay.
Maybe a lukewarm hot take. I think that the PDGA needs to either get rid of
Mm-hmm.
or completely redo their rating system.
Yeah, you're agreeing with probably 3/4 of the people out there.
I said it was my warm-up one. I will say, however, so this is a second hot take, that the PDGA needs to change their rating system from people to discs.
Wait, what?
They need to start rating the discs instead of the people.
Oh, you mean have them come up with the numbering
Like do a
system.
standardized number system. Yep.
Yes.
Got it.
They need to get with that guy that made that disc launcher that would have broke his arm.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
I think
And
it's
just
stuff made
take them to wherever you want to take them, whatever your standardized test site is,
Yep.
and say, okay, at this speed, this is
what the disc will do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And make that your standardized number system. Going back to the ratings, the actual ratings of what we have now, I think it's pretty stupid that Paul Macbeth, his best career rating is maybe 20 points higher than Ken Climo's best career rating. And I think I'm going to get into that one here in a little bit later.
The course that he shot the best record or best rating ever is relatively easy for the pros compared to his insane round at W.R. Jackson, which is a very heavily wooded course.
Yeah.
Was rated lower than the wide open course.
Yes. Well, and I mean, even even this year, Simon Lizotte had a... Yeah, it's broken right now. And I actually wouldn't even mind seeing... Well, I wouldn't even mind seeing them get rid of it for... I think even, like, how the divisions are set up right now. Like, the MA1, MA2, MA3, I think they need to go in and redo that. Because realistically, you should theoretically be playing MA2, correct, Joe? By your rating?
I think I'm on the border.
Between MA2 and MA1?
Yes, I'm Googling it now.
Well, but realistically, I look at the ratings for kind of how they're described and how they're set up, and I'm like, MA4 doesn't sound like what the rating level for MA4 should be. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, now that we're getting more and more people in the sport, I understand why it is the way it is, but it needs redone. It needs scrapped, redone, whatever.
I have it. Novice.
Okay.
850 or less. Being able to throw 175 to 250 feet, making 3 to 5 out of 10 putts from 20 feet. Rec, less than 900. Throw 200 to 300 feet, making 4 to 6 out of 10 from 20 feet. Intermediate, less than 935. Throwing 250 to 350, making 5 to 7 out of 10 from 20. And then advanced, higher than 935, throws 300 to 450, makes 5 to 7 out of 10 from 25 to 30 feet. I can do all of those things, but my rating is 924.
Exactly. And
consistency is not my thing. Well, a year and a half ago when I was playing intermediate, I was throwing like I was in advanced, but putting like I was in rec. Because I'd step up to the tee, and the guys are just like, why are you playing AM2? This makes no sense. And then we get up there, and it's like a 20-footer, and I airball it. And they're like, aha, that's why.
Yeah, I think that's maybe kind of my qualm with the divisions, is kind of what the description is on them. I'm just like, you're never... you're going to have people that are going to throw, for myself,
Mm-hmm.
my average distance is right around 250 on my drives.
Yep.
My putting's probably a little bit better than that. My upshots are, because I don't have a lot of distance, I am very good at upshots.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I feel guilty for like playing MA4, even though by drive, that's probably where I should be on most courses.
Yeah.
But at the same point, it's like MA3, I'll be competitive in some tournaments, and others I'll be middle of the pack to back half.
It really depends, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, the whole rating system, I think, needs redone. Maybe not totally scrapped, but just it needs redone. How it's decided needs redone. It shouldn't depend on. I think we talked about there was a C tier that Eagle McMahon played, and we were like, those players probably got the biggest ratings boost of their life, and I'm like, that's not how that should work.
Yeah.
So, I've been talking a lot.
I'm there with you. I think everyone can agree that the disc numbers, that's just hot garbage. Just
what do the numbers
hot
mean?
Garbage.
I don't know.
Nothing. That's what they mean. You're better off going to like infinite discs or OTB and just looking at a flight graph and just going, oh, that's what it's supposed to do.
Well, I was going to say,
they have it
just
set like
print
some
a
of those
flight
are.
graph.
Yeah.
Just print a really small flight graph. You're just like, it does this. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And what's nice is a lot of them do it like, beginner, intermediate, advanced kind of thing. Basically, different arm speeds, slow, medium, and fast. And you kind of can figure that one out pretty easily. I like those most of the time.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it really made me realize what I was doing wrong with my patrol when I looked at a flight graph for the patrol, and I realized I wasn't doing anything wrong with it. I was throwing a patrol.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still need to record that video, which I did record the putter-only rounds. I made some friends on one of the holes.
With the alligators?
No, it was this drunk family sitting up by the picnic tables like, wow, that was so good. I was like, that was such a bad drive. I didn't hit first available. It was second available the first time through.
Oh,
They're like, but I can't throw it that far. It was like 150 feet. I was like, well, I didn't do well.
Yay.
And then they saw me the next time through, and I like doubled the distance. I was like, see, that's better.
And they went, whoa.
They were drunk. It was awesome.
Yeah. So, Joe, let's hear some of your hot takes.
Some of my hot takes. Well, you'll have to subscribe to Joe's Disc Golf Podcast.
Oh, man.
Oh, nailed it. Oh.
Okay, Ian, I have a new hot take. Joe's Disc Golf Podcast is the second best podcast on the Joe's Disc Golf Network.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, man.
My first hot take is it's something I've said before. It's not probably. It definitely is something I've said before. Eagle McMahon won't get in the top 10 this year till he gets his shoulder fixed.
Seconded. He's cursed.
Thirded. No. Eagle McMahon.
No, I'm sorry. That's the wrong.
Not Macbeth.
Macbeth. I got the wrong one.
Go home, Ian. You're drunk.
What's better is, like, those guys look nothing alike either.
No,
they do not.
No.
Those are like two of the 5 people I know a difference between and what they look like.
Eagle McMahon is exactly what you would expect someone named Eagle McMahon who plays disc golf for a living to look like.
Yep.
Paul Macbeth looks like he
looks like
could
a
also
professional
be
golfer.
Yeah, I was gonna say he kind of looks like an accountant.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Oh,
Yeah, put him in a tie.
Apparently this isn't water. Eee.
man. I want what he's having.
Oh man, I'm
You
out,
want
so I'll
some
take anything at
slurm?
this point. Oh gosh, it's people. No, no,
So
no.
that's my normal take from one of my episodes. I've stopped even covering it because he doesn't even talk about it anymore. I do wish him all the best, but I also wish he'd get it fixed properly.
Yeah, it's something where I think this might totally come back and bite me, but I think we've
Yeah.
probably seen the peak of Eagle McMahon.
I hope not, but I'm afraid that we have.
Yeah, I think that we've probably seen his peak. I think he'll still be a very good disc golfer. I
Mhm.
think that he'll probably win the occasional tournament.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not like
I
some
don't
people
know
are
that
trying
we'll
to
see him.
some people are
Go
trying to
ahead.
compare him to like Simon Lizotte and his elbow issue. He basically had tennis elbow,
Mhm.
which is annoying and sucks, especially as how dominant he is at forehand. But
Mhm.
Yep.
it really wasn't that big of a deal, all
Yeah.
things considered.
Yeah, it was.
Now-
He needed to go through and do the right things, take the rest,
Yep.
do the exercises that he was supposed to be doing, which it seems like he
he's-
did.
35-ish, I want to say.
Lizotte?
So, yeah, he's in his 30s.
What?
Yeah, Simon Lizotte is a lot older than you think.
Apparently.
Or maybe he's not 35, but he's in his 30s. He's not as young as Eagle.
Oh, I was under
Um,
the impression they were kind of not quite the same age. I thought that Simon Lizotte was a little bit older, but
And that's the one thing Eagle has going for him is he
He's like
is
24,
younger. So if he's
25.
lucky, he can bounce back.
Eagle
He
McMahon, or Simon Lizotte, born 1992.
yeah, he's not even 30 yet. He's younger than me.
I thought he was 30.
He turns 30 this year.
Yeah,
Joe, are you confusing names like I did?
nope. Still,
Are you
Yep.
thinking of Nate Sexton?
no, Nate Sexton is a seasoned gentleman.
That is a fantastic last name. That just chef's kiss.
Nate Sexton?
Okay.
Yep.
I would like to let you know what the autofill is right now for how old is.
Oh,
I'll start at the bottom and work my way up. How old is Johnny Depp? How old is Snoop Dogg? How old is the Earth? How old is Putin? How old is Rod Stewart? How old is Prince Charles? How old is Tom Cruise? And, of course, what is on everybody's mind right now, how old is Diana Ross?
absolutely. I
Hey,
need to know.
Yeah.
Joe, I believe that the distinguished gentleman Nate Sexton would like you to eat your words because he is 37.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
I thought.
He's,
I mean, I thought he was in-
He's ancient. He's dinosaur.
He
Too
has
old.
a kid who's, I forget how old. Doesn't matter. But I know part of the reason he isn't touring anymore is because of his kid and COVID, and I think his wife's like a doctor or something, or a PA or nurse practitioner.
So, Big Jerm was
Yep.
born in 85, so that makes him,
Really?
yeah.
So he's 37.
According to Wikipedia, yep, 37. And,
He and my wife are the same age.
wow,
Me?
I'm sure
thought
that she'll
Katie was
appreciate you saying
27.
that.
Trying to help you out, buddy.
It's not like she's gonna listen to this episode.
Maybe.
And yeah, Eula Berry was born in 88, so he is
He's a
34.
year older than me. 34-ish, depending when his birthday is.
September, so 33.
33 still.
Yes.
So he's only a couple
you're
months
35?
older than me. Huh? Yep.
He
So,
isn't
hot take,
just an old man.
nobody's as old as I thought they are.
That makes me wonder, how old is Ken Climo, do you think?
40s.
Watch,
I'll
he's
say
going to be like
43.
in his 50s.
Huh?
I said, watch, he's going to be like in his 50s or something.
I'm saying 43.
Math. Math is not my friend.
What year?
1968.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
52-ish? 54.
So nobody's as old as you think they are, except Ken Climo, who is in fact older.
Who's 10 years older than I thought. And this is why I don't guess anybody's age, or I just say 21. If
Oh man,
they're obviously older than 21.
So speaking of all of these greats, I think that kind of leads me into my next hot take, which is it's okay to say that Ken Climo was probably the most dominant disc golf player that we'll ever see. It's okay to say Macbeth or Ricky Wysocki or whoever is the best of their era. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's not okay to call any of them the GOAT. Because the way that sports work is the athletes get better and better and better and better.
And the rules change.
And the rules change. So
like it's hard to compare NBA like pre 3-point line.
Yeah. Or even pre Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what I would say about it is perfectly okay to acknowledge that they were the absolute best of their generation, the best, some of the bests of all time.
The Michael Jordan, if you will.
Yeah. But you wouldn't expect Babe Ruth to come into today's MLB and be Babe Ruth.
Probably not.
Likewise, you wouldn't expect Ken Climo to come into it, peak Ken Climo to come into today's game. And
if you look at the game that was played when he played, you didn't have to have a forehand at all.
Yeah.
It just you didn't need it. So nobody really used it.
Yep.
So what you're arguing is we should change it from GOAT to taking a German word, just go with the good old Gott. So greatest of their time, GOTT.
Yes.
What does that mean in German?
God.
Well.
Gott. Mein Gott.
Yeah.
It's just a capital G.
Better than Schadenfreude. Although that is my favorite German word.
Feeling joy from the pain of others.
Yep.
Yes.
That is German.
My favorite German word is beer.
Beer.
You'll never guess what it means.
Oh, so when I was in Australia, the girl I was dating at the time came to visit, and she really wanted to go to a cafe. So she went down under? She really wanted to go to a cafe, and I really wanted a beer. I didn't care that it was 11 in the morning. I said, fine, we'll go to a beer cafe. We turn the corner, and there is a Hungarian beer cafe. So we won.
Nice.
We went there. She got breakfast food. I got a beer. We were all happy. But I was like, I had no idea this place was here. Because we were in Sydney.
Ah, okay.
I just assumed that that this story was going to devolve into Australians drink like they're still in
Prison?
England. Well, I was going to say the British Isles.
Well, yeah, they drink a lot there. I got my doctorate in drinking there, and cirrhosis of the liver, but that's a whole different.
Yay!
Yay! I drank way too much in 6 months there.
Yes. So, Ian.
Hot take.
Hot take. I drank too much in Australia. That's only
That sounds
10
like a
years
hot
out
take
of
from
date.
your doctor.
Yeah, that's 12 years out of date. Oh God.
Ooh.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, I'm
Everyone's younger than you think, except you and Ken Climo.
old. Yeah,
You're old.
I know. That's why my kids tell me, my athletes, they're like, "You're old." I was like, "Shut up, you're broken. You want me to fix you or not?"
Oh man.
I am not afraid to pat you on the back when you have sunburn. I've done it twice to kids.
Oh man. I heard you talking to one of them today or
The other
Saturday.
day. Yeah,
Yes.
and her mom encouraged it.
Yes, she did. I think your mom took the "you're an idiot" approach to teaching her kid not to do that.
That's why her and her mom are like my two favorite people at that school.
Oh, but anyway.
Yeah.
So I mentioned a person that I think that you have a hot take on, Ian. Do you want to go ahead and give us that one?
Is it Eagle McMahon?
No, it's actually Eagle Wysocki.
Yes.
No, one Mr. Paul Macbeth, who needs to legally change his name in order to become uncursed.
Or at least enter a theater.
or at least enter a theater. And since he is performing, not necessarily on a traditional stage, but on a stage
I thought the whole world
athleticism.
was a stage.
I was gonna say, I thought the world is but a stage.
Well, it can be.
Come on, Mr. Theater Major.
That's it.
Oh,
no more
man.
audio for you.
Oh.
Man.
Anyway, it's one of those just not being newer to looking at the professional side of sports. It was just kind of funny to me to hear his name along with Eagle McMahon and a handful of others. But everyone's just like, oh yeah, Macbeth. I was like,
Bad luck.
If he ever starts getting bad luck, that's it. He's gonna have to legally change his name, and he's kind of been in a slump lately.
Yeah. Ever since you started paying attention, I see.
I know.
I see a coincidence here.
Oh man.
So it was funny to me, but no, I'm serious. I'm sorry, Mr. Macbeth, but you know what you need to do. It's going to be a pain in the ass. You're going to have to change over all your credit cards, every bank account, anything that you have legally signed. You're just going to need to get a new last name. I'm sorry.
I mean, he makes over $1 million.
Is his wife also going to have to change her name?
Yeah. His wife.
We'll find out. We'll see if the yips are contagious and they just kind of spread.
Oh, I guess we'll especially find out when... Oh, I was going to say when Silver Lat, but no, that's Kristen Starr's boyfriend.
Yes. You're thinking
not Evelina. Who's Evelina's significant other?
I don't know. But
okay.
She, at the last tournament in Finland, Sweden, one of those Nordic countries,
a European country.
She shot 86% from C1X.
Nice.
Which is more than double her average from here. Her putting was not good.
More than double her max, I want to say.
Yeah, she averaged last couple of years in the 40%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I will take a real hot take, which may not necessarily be the hottest of takes, but no offense to the MPO, but the FPO is a better sport to watch. I'm gonna say in terms of actual skill and actually needing to know how to use their discs and use their discs appropriately without necessarily having brute strength to overcome discrepancies in wind or terrain or disc quality. FPO, way better.
Yep. I actually enjoy watching FPO more than MPO because it is far closer to my skill set, and I can at least see the line that they're trying to hit. And they 99% of the time have the skill to hit the line. Where I look at MPO and they're like, yeah, I'm going to throw it over those trees 400 feet. And I'm like, I can't do that. What? No. And the women are just like, no, I'm going to do this and it's going to go this way and this way. I was like, I see that line. I couldn't hit that to save my life. That was impressive.
In my opinion, is actually playing the sport. Whereas if you're like, I'm going to huck it just really high and far, that's
I'm not going to lie.
It is, that's just hucking a thing.
It is kind of entertaining to watch sometimes, not all the time.
But I mean, yes, there is always the fun of just watching something where you're like, oh, wow, that was far. Okay, nice. But like, I don't know.
So that's
if
what
I'm
a
gonna
100-mile-an-hour fastball looks like. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Seen that once. That's
if
good.
I want to watch a sport, then I want to watch skill, not just I'm hucking it. And it gets there because I hucked it really far. Which,
darts.
Yeah. Like, yes, it does take the ability to understand how to huck it properly that far and accurately. But you're just kind of like, oh, okay, you did it again. Woohoo.
Yay.
So that's my like real hot take.
Yeah.
No, I like that one.
Me too. Not that
I think,
hot between
I think
us, I guess.
I think as it happens, we all kind of agree on that one. But I think generally speaking, that is a hotter take. I'm with Joe.
So.
I enjoy seeing the skill level more, where it's you actually have to set up your shots and that type of thing. Which is also why I enjoyed seeing DDO. But that's anyway.
Yeah.
That's a different discussion. Joe, you got any more? Ian, you got any more?
The PDGA, Disc Golf Network will be sponsored by alcohol, and they will serve it at their events. I don't know.
What?
It would definitely get more people to show up, and they'd get a lot of revenue. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The problem is dealing with, like, in Indiana, you technically can't drink in state parks.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they run into a lot of those issues with the public parks that are all across the country. So, yeah. I don't know. I think they'd benefit from a beer cart going around, just like golf.
For the players or for the competitor or for the spectators?
Why not both? They could do like Mario Kart drunk driving. You have to finish so many beers before your round is over. Do you just pound them hard at the beginning or spread it out? I don't know.
Here's a question for you.
I like that. I like it.
How about for next year's All-Star event, they add a round of not necessarily dizzy golf, but kind of that.
They do shots until it turns into dizzy golf.
Yeah, kind of. Maybe not quite that extreme, but like it's like
golf.
cornhole where it's like cornhole where you always have to have, or beer pong where you always have to have a drink in your hand while you're throwing.
Yep. Beer pong. That reminds me of the time we wiped the floor with, who was it at your birthday?
Oh goodness, we went for several rounds before we got ousted.
Well, there was one game where they only took one cup from us, and we won.
I do not remember, unfortunately.
Oh,
I think
man.
it was.
See, here's the thing. I got
Billman
there
and-
late, and you were at that special kind of drunk where you
Oh,
were
yeah.
really good, and
right
I
in the
was
zone.
sober. And it
That
went
doesn't
really
seem
well.
fair. Oh,
Hey,
man.
it worked.
Yeah.
It really did. I was just like, okay, I need to like not drink right now. You take my drink for me. We had a whole system. It worked out really well.
We played really well.
Nice.
Best beer pong
So-
ever.
Ian, do you have any other hot takes? All right.
Unfortunately, those were my 3.
I got one more.
Nice.
Don't know how much of a hot take this is, but we'll see. So my hot take is hating on Brody specifically, but just about any disc golfer for being more of a personality and a salesman
Mm-hmm.
than an athlete means that you either don't understand where the sport is right now, or you just are a hater.
Yeah.
I would say you just don't understand how good this not. Well, I mean, it is advertisements, but
How they make their revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, endorsements. There we go. You just don't understand how endorsements work, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like it's everywhere. Like
There was
Yeah.
I
No,
forget
I just-
one
I
commercial
see
he was
so much,
in.
like-
He did a trick shot video for Fireball, and it was for a YouTube video for Disc Golf Network or something. I forget where I saw it, but it's like
Mhm.
clearly Fireball saw something. Like he's a popular person.
Yeah.
You got to understand, like, you might not think he's the best disc golfer out there, but he brings eyeballs, and he's not.
Right.
He's not like some jerk going around ruining the sport. He's not like a bad person to have representing the sport.
Well, it's also Hollywood, so they're looking at like, okay, he looks like an attractive, normal person. So we're gonna get the most demographic that's like, oh yes, he's enjoyable to look at.
Yep.
Whereas if you look at, Eagle, sometimes you go,
Stoner.
what's going on over there with that strange person?
Or even like, to a certain extent, like, I love Zach Melton, but he looks like blonde Bob Ross. And that
Yes.
doesn't. He does.
He
You need to
needs
look
to-
him up.
Yeah, no,
Throw
you're
some discs into a happy little family of squirrels and a
Trees.
happy little tree with a little happy cloud.
And he's a super
Man.
chill dude from Tennessee.
Oh, beautiful!
And he's got
That's
the
amazing.
drawl, and it's awesome.
yeah. No, I mean that's a good shout.
But he's not exactly, and nothing against him, but he wouldn't hit that wide demographic, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Which again, the reason I singled out Brody is because I feel like he gets a lot
an
of
easy
hate.
one.
I feel like exactly. He's an easy target for a lot of people.
Yep.
I feel like there are people that kind of try to make clout off of just hating on him.
Yep. The internet
I mean-
is funny about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, do I think he's the best disc golfer? No. Do
I think he could be pretty
that-
decent.
Yeah, like I think he's kind of your I think he's your run of the mill touring pro, and
Yeah.
that he's going to make the occasional podium push.
Mm-hmm.
He might miss a cut here or there.
Yeah. But
You know, he'll miss cash or cut, or well, same thing, I guess. You know, probably a
he's
couple times a year.
he's also just generally a pretty nice dude from what I've heard online.
Yeah. You know, but he exactly, he puts himself out there. He is a brand.
Mm-hmm.
He's a brand. You know, people. I remember when Kona signed her contract. People were like, "There's no way that she's worth that." And I'm like, as a disc golfer, maybe not. As a brand, yes.
Oh yeah. Her brand is all about getting better and the journey, and I forget all the buzzwords, but people really connect with that. And
Yeah.
on social media, she's definitely, she comes across as very relatable, like that kind of person you want to be their friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is marketing.
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah.
you can't make that. You can't fake it. Not for as long as
Yeah.
she's been doing it.
No.
So
And
it was smart on
that's
DD
exactly...
to spend the money to get that advertising, and it's
Yeah.
paying off big with Valerie, who is not as big on social media but kicking butt.
Yeah.
And they got her for a steal for 1 year.
The other thing that I'll say is Kona's discs are nice.
And that's the other thing is she's artsy
Artwork.
and so she draws a whole bunch of stuff, and all of her stamps are just her artwork.
Nice.
And they're cool.
I wish I would have gotten one of her Orbit escapes. I decided not to because I'm like, I really don't need another wall hanger. I already have 2 escapes in my bag. I really don't need a third one.
Yep.
And now I'm like, I kind of wish I would have gotten one of those.
Yeah.
But oh well.
So
that brings
I
us about
actually realized I had one quick more hot take. This was super fast. It's the
my hot take is that there are no more hot takes on this show.
It's too bad. I'm already in it. I'm doing this. Get used to it.
Oh man.
No, this is super fast. The PDGA needs to stop trying to be so highfalutin and we're blah blah blah. Okay, shut up. Everyone is playing with discs that are essentially like the gnarly ball crusher, and then it has a giant robot shooting a flamethrower on it. So
I really want to get a disc now that just says the gnarly ball crusher.
But I mean, there are some more benign names, but then you also have these disc names that are just like way out there.
Well,
and
there's the Yeet.
Yeah.
the Heinborg
cool.
Destroyer.
The Yeet by Hooligan Discs.
Nice.
That's not a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
That's not a real
thing. Picture
thing.
that I sent you guys a while ago of that disc that was approved. Do you remember?
I no, unfortunately, I don't.
Oh, it was a while ago. That's the hard part.
I know you're a governing body, so you want to be like, we're important, but it's like,
that is a thing.
Come on, guys, remember your sport. Like,
yeah,
people are hucking the gnarly ball crusher fairway driver. Gosh, for being a clean podcast, I'm not sure how clean this this podcast is.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Yeet isn't. Okay, I have a bone to pick with hooligan discs.
Yep.
I have a bone to pick with hooligan discs. How can you make something the Yeet and it be an overstable distance driver? That thing's got to be like the Patrol in distance driver form.
Doomsday Discs has some great names here. You've got Dystopia, Despair, Bleak. This is awesome.
Just ray of sunshine and hope. So anyway, that's my hot take is, people need to remember what the sport is.
What sport we're playing?
The plague.
What names of discs people are throwing down.
Like the flat earth from Doomsday.
I really hope that's a puddle top.
Oh my god.
That has to be a puddle top.
I don't know.
That's it. That was it. I remembered that there was one more. That's my last hot take.
Yeah, that's where we're ending this one because that's
Franklin
the perfect place to end it.
Had 1 month ago the Ryu RYUU approved. Oh man, I need to find this. The Yeet.
Wait. Franklin Sports, like the batting glove company?
Yep.
Oh, I just got rid of my Franklin. I just got rid of my Franklin distance driver today.
The
I gave it to my nephew.
From
I was going to say, did it
that's what it
fall
was.
in a large puddle?
No, I I got this because I threw one of my discs into the water. And where I thought it went out was about where this disc was. And so I'm like, oh no.
Ooh.
And I go up to it and I'm like, oh, that's not my disc. That's not the stamp. So I go and I pull my disc out and I go back to this other disc. And I'm like, well, I'll go ahead and pull it out. You know, someone's going to want it. And I look at it and I'm like, nobody's going to want this.
Yeah.
It was, the dome on it was, half of it was like puddle top, half of it was domed.
It was weird.
Yeah, I flipped that thing. I think it was like a 12 or 13 speed. And I was flipping it like it was nothing.
So,
Nice.
Hooligan Discs has 2 discs approved. One, the first one was just back in December 2021.
Ooh.
The Vibe.
Okay.
And then the Yeet. All capital letters, though.
Yes.
Yeet.
Yes.
Yeet this thing out
All right.
there.
I was gonna say
All right.
you should scream it. Until you're throwing it.
It's a distance driver, so at least that's good.
I was going to say, it's a distance driver. I feel like it should have been super understable, but...
I kind of want one. Just 'cause.
Right? All right. I want to
Oh.
take it. I want to take it out to my local 9-hole and just go for an ace on everything and yell yeet and really hope that I get an ace, because after that, then it has to go in my bag and I have to yell yeet every time I throw it.
Yep.
But I think that's the place to end this on. I think it's time for us to yeet this podcast out
I was going to say, we need to yeet this
podcasting
episode.
world. So,
it's bedtime.
oh man, yes, it is.
Yeah, this has been, what, an hour and a half podcast?
I think so.
Of
Yeah, right
recording
about.
time.
Yep.
We'll see what you
So-
edit out.
Yeah.
Not much, because I don't.
Oh man. All right, so Ian, thank you for taking the time to give all your hot takes, including that awesome one, and for helping us discover the yeet.
Yep.
You're
Especially that
welcome.
hot take with Eagle Macbeth.
Yes. Joe's future son, Eagle Macbeth. Joe,
Yeah.
thank you for
Showing up this time?
thanks for actually being here this time. And thanks for doing our awesome ad read. I hope that our sponsor's okay with that. I guess we'll find out
I
afterwards.
think he's going to want his money back.
Oh, man. Listeners, if you
We're
want to watch
sorry.
this, you can find it on YouTube/Joe's Disc Golf. If you're watching this on Joe's Disc Golf YouTube channel, you can find this wherever you get your major podcasts. You can follow us at Half in the Bag DG on Twitter. You can submit your listener questions and your disc of the week.
Yep.
And I think that's all we got for this episode. I think it's time for us to eat it. So, everyone, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And everyone, enjoy your round. Thanks. Bye.
Good night.
See ya.
Peace.